Hey everyone, welcome to our data pack for the NASCAR iRacing Class C Fix Series. This week we're at Pocono Speedway. We're back on the pavement this week. This week though we only got 3 turns, so let's click on Learn Track right now, jump right into it, and see what Pocono has to offer this week. It's going to autoplay my first lap here when it loads up, and this week we've got a pretty tricky triangle here to deal with, but turn one is really bumpy here, and we want to make sure that we run a relatively low line through here. We want to dip into that bottom seam, but we don't want to run right next to the rumble strips because there's a lot of bumps down there. And as we come to turn 2, it's really important to hit the right line through here. We want to get right down next to that curb and then get back to the gas really early and then swing out right towards that wall. Pretty fun turn, one of my favorites in all of racing. And then through turns 3, we're going to get back down to the bottom. Be a little easy with the throttle, otherwise the truck can kind of step out a little bit if you slam down on it too much. But that's lap number 1 at Pocono, and that was a 56.210. And I went about a tenth faster or so on other laps. That lap in particular wasn't my best, but you know it is what it is. And we're gonna take a look at lap number 10, which was a 56.637. Okay, so let's play this. And you'll notice that my braking, I use about maybe 20% here. Yep, 23% at the most. Not a whole lot of braking into one. And it kind of depends on your driver preference here. Sometimes you can get away with some little different techniques here and there, drive a little harder in and then use a little more brake, or just kind of coast in a little bit and then use less brake. Kind of depends on what you feel comfortable with. I was able to hit turn 2 really good there, got right down next to the bottom and got back to the gas really good. That's what we want to see here. Especially through turn 2, we want to get back to the gas really hard. So these graphs down here will be very simple, almost treating it like an on-off switch for turn 2. Then turn 3, we want a little bit more of a slope in our graph here. And turns 1, we don't want to get back to the gas too hard in turns 1 and turn 3. Alright, so that was lap 10. Let's look at lap 15. Which was at 56.806. And we'll play this for you guys. Looks like this lap I modulated the brake a little bit more in turns 1. And yeah, you can kind of see it pumping there a little bit. But overall, pretty aggressive with the throttle there. Not too much rolling action going on, but let's see, used a little bit more brake in turn 2 than turn 1, but not for very long. As we get down into turn 3, this turn is has the least banking of all the turns. It's very flat. It's based off Milwaukee actually, and I believe turn 1 is based off Toronto? I'm not sure. Let me know if I'm wrong on that one. And turn 2 is based off Indy. Alright, so let's go to lap 20. This is our final lap of the run. And you'll notice here that I make a pretty big mistake. And let's see if you guys can see it. You can probably see it down here in the graph already. I get through turn 1 and I think, oh man, I can get back to the gas really nice here and have a good lap 20 to show my students, and then boom, had to let out of the gas, and that absolutely killed my entire lap. It just made the straightaway so long and painful, but even turn 2 wasn't really a good turn, so It seems like once you get off your rhythm here, it's really difficult to get it back. If you miss one turn, it really takes a shot at your confidence, and then you kind of spend an entire lap getting that confidence back. But that was lap 20. But for the most part, I was able to keep it down in the 56s or low 57s. That was a 57.4, but that was kind of an anomaly. Let's take a look at two different laps compared, so we can kind of see the difference between two laps. So we'll go to Analyze Session. Now we can take a look at two different laps where I had a significant difference, it looks like, in the lap time. So lap 16 here, this is and 17, pretty big difference here. Actually, lap 17 and 18 too. Let's take a look at lap 18 and see what I did wrong on that lap. And we'll collapse the laps panel, we'll turn on cockpit video mode, and then we're also going to turn off the side-by-side view up here with these four little squares, that little icon. So as we can see, we've got our replay loaded up, and then so this blue lap is the 57.15, the red lap is the 56.93. So the red lap quite a bit faster, and we'll try to see why here. All right, so pretty similar through there. Oh yeah, look at that. Turn one, just absolutely had to get out of the throttle there. And that seemed to be, a mistake that I made a couple times. And you really have to, get back to the gas aggressively through that turn. And if you get back to it just maybe like a tenth of a second too quickly, it can potentially, really ruin your exit when you realize, oh man, I'm going to hit the wall, or I'm going to, I got to get out of the gas. So that was the entire difference right there, that lap. So, and that's really represented here by this this graph. Very consistent through turns 2 and turns 3 on the speed, but as you can see, late exit here off turn 1, I had to bleed off about 5 miles per hour. So not a good turn, but that's the beauty of VRS. You get to see all of this stuff, and we also have files here that you can download. We've got the replay files, the setup files, and that's what makes these data packs so valuable, is being able to download these files and make sure that you are using the right technique. And we've also got live coaching sessions available. We've got one-on-one sessions, so you can request a session actually with me right here, Bryan Blackford. And Ray Alfala is also an oval coach, so either one of us will be able to accommodate you. We've also got group classes available, which are really nice, and this is new to VRS. We typically have 4 to 6 drivers, and I'm actually going to be offering a NASCAR iRacing Class C Fix series group coaching session. So tell your friends, maybe we can organize something. But this is new, and looking to get some people signed up. So take a look, see if it's right for you. And hope you guys have a great week of racing. Looking forward to this week at Pocono, and I'll see you guys next time.